Yeah, it's certainly a sigh of relief for all the agencies that were looking for Sanders and his 13-year-old son, who he took with him while on the run. But now several questions arise. How a man who was accused of violent crimes and has had a history of run-ins with the law was able to hide out in the very same town he was wanted in. The surprised look on 37-year-old Ryan Sanders' face as his nearly 10-day escape came to an end Wednesday night.
And obviously, with a case like this, you don't stop till we find him. And,
Captain David Burokowicz with the Nye County Sheriff's Office say they exhausted all their resources in finding Sanders.
And for an agency our size, obviously that is draining.
Hundreds of tips had come in, but hours before Sanders was found, a tip led officers to a house believing Sanders could be inside, but he wasn't.
We searched that initially, and obviously the victim's stuff was not there, and it was there yesterday, so that means he has been back to that house at some point.
Sanders is accused of kidnapping, attacking, and sexually assaulting a 74-year-old woman on November 21st in what police call a revenge attack.
The family member had a business dealings with the suspect, and that went south, and so this was some sort of revenge for that.
The woman was asleep in her home when she woke up to it being burglarized. Sanders is accused of brutally beating her with his accomplice, Richard Duncan. That woman was able to get help nearby, leading to Duncan's arrest. But Sanders was nowhere to be found, and neither was his 13-year-old son. But for the last 10 days, officials emphasized they still believed Sanders was still hiding in the Pahrump area.
Our criminals are not real smart, obviously, but you figure he had zero resources at his hand.
Ultimately, officials say a tip late Wednesday night led them to Sanders hiding in a travel trailer. They say this woman, Jennifer Lamar, was helping him. She is now facing charges of aiding and abetting. Sanders now facing a list of charges regarding his crime, adding on to his lengthy criminal history. After his arrest, I'm told that Sanders isn't cooperating with police at all.
And Victoria, you've been following this so closely. Many of us wondering why no Amber Alert was issued for the 13-year-old.
Yeah, it's been a lot of talk online, but they said that since Sanders was the custodial guardian of his son, and then that son was also keeping in contact with several family members while on the run, there was no indication that he was ever in direct danger, so it didn't obviously fall under that guideline for issuing an Amber Alert.
All right, thank you very much, Victoria.